And we are back. Pokemon Black Hardcore Randomizer. The run continues. We barely survive against N. We lost 2 Pokemon, 3 in total in Chargestone Cave. But right here, right now, we start out with our Route 7 first encounter, it being the Gastrodon, who ends up with the Hydration ability. And then for our Celestial Tower first encounter, it is going to be the Rhyperior here, who ends up with the insanely good ability, Honey Gather. Alrighty, it's time for our 6th gym battle against Landon or Skyla here. She's got 3 Pokemon, and the Sandslash comes down. We lead with Florida, our Haunter. Going for that Stab Shadow Ball is just so much damage. The Sand Tomb comes down, and we do not have Levitate since we have the randomized abilities on, and we cannot dodge that. And now we are stuck inside, and this could be it. We could just completely fail here and miss out on the Gengar as we tank that. Living with 33 HP, the Hyper Potions come down. Skyla is out of both of them. Another Shadow Ball is here to stay. Sandslash holds in the red. 28 HP to our name. One more Shadow Ball will do the trick, and I do believe that will free us from the tomb. If not, we are absolutely in trouble, and we will see right here. And yes, Florida can get out of there. Haunter lives to fight another day. The Lunatone comes in, tanks the super effective Stab Feint attack on the swap, though. Don't know what I was thinking there. The Mandibuzz completely smiling in victory right now as we got to pivot once again, get a safer swap in there. We chuck out Marilyn, our Manaphy, just the normal water typing there. Nothing extra, nothing less, as we get a Stab Bubble Beam in. The Feint attack comes down, but we are pretty bulky for a little bundle of joy. We almost take down the Mandibuzz. The Flatter comes down, and that's going to buff our special attack, but confuse us, so a little bit risky there, a little bit risk for reward, but we are going to pivot into California, who is only a level away from being the Charizard here. So the Mandibuzz putting us down as far as the evasion goes. That's not going to matter too much as we get a fadeaway crit with the Flame Burst. Really good stuff there. And now the Seismitoad comes down, a really good answer for the Charmeleon. Hopefully Seismitoad doesn't have like Arena Trap or something that would lock us in there, because that would have been an absolute disgrace as Hawaii sidesteps the Muddy Water. Absolutely. Seismitoad and its Muddy Water can absolutely leave as we get a fadeaway crit with the Magical Leaf. Hawaii clutches and Skyla is defeated. Next on the menu is going to be another Charon fight right in front of Twist Mountain here. He sends out his Jellicent, a very strong Pokemon to open with, especially since we open with California, our newly acquired Charizard. So not the greatest thing we could see there. We also have our Gengar here, who just upgraded as well. So 2 really nice evolutions. Can we get out of this without losing anybody? The Brine comes down, not very effective against our water type Manaphy here, as we get a nice critical hit and flinch against the Jellicent. We're going to lean into another Air Slash here. It is blue on blue right now, but the recover comes down. The stall strats are here, and we are playing a dangerous game here. The Ominous Wind too as well is going to go for those Omni boosts. That is not what you want to see, and we don't have a lot of damage. We really don't. That crit kind of gave us a false sense of security, and this Jellicent can out-tank us for days. Even though we got the 2-level advantage, it's not going to be enough as another Ominous Wind comes down, and if this Jellicent gets the proc, we are absolutely in trouble. However, we can't swap into the Gengar as it's going to be super effective, and Charizard has super effective Brine lined up, so that's kind of scary. Another Ominous Wind comes down. The only perk of this is there's only 5 Ominous Winds to use, so we are getting absolutely bamboozled by this big jellyfish. We are going to go ahead and swap into the Gengar, even though it is super effective. We hold on. We were dead to a crit, but we can come in with a Shadow Ball since we are faster. It is Stab super effective, and with Gengar's special attack, that absolutely is enough damage. My gosh. We were flirting with it. We were absolutely flirting with it as Farfetch comes down. He is just chilling right now. We have Air Slash on the Gengar as well. The Swords Dance is here. He is sharpening his little stick, and now he is going to be hitting really hard. However, he is gone and forgotten. The next Pokemon is going to be the Scrafty. Dark Fighting is a beautiful typing, especially against the Gengar. So we're going to pivot into the Heracross here. Carolina, a staple of the team, is going to tank the payback. No problem there. We didn't proc it for double damage, and it's not very effective. So that's really nice. And we have a Stab super effective Brick-a-Break here. So really good stuff. Scrafty does hold on, though. He is a beefy boy. He drops our speed with the scary face and gets a nice little reprieve with the leftovers. I see you. The high jump kick comes down. It's not very effective, but does massive damage. Scrafty throwing it all into the wind and does land something. Then Empoleon comes down as the Scrafty falls. A beautiful Pokemon here. Tristan or Charon is really doing work with his team as the stab Bubble Beam almost kills our Heracross. We are really flirting with death, but we squeak out by the skin of our teeth. Carolina upgrades, and Tristan/Charon is defeated. Alrighty, and then our Twist Mountain first encounter is going to beat the cute little penguin. The Piplup comes down here. We chuck an Ultra Ball to secure it. It's going to end up with the Clown 9 passive, and then when we do get an Empoleon in the future, it's going to have Quick Feet. So go ahead and add that to the PC. There's a reason why they call it Twist Mountain, and it's not because of the architecture or the structure. It's because when you come in, you don't expect what's around the corner. The Dialga drops back with a Stab Dragon Claw. It is a critical hit, and all of that flirting with death we did against Charon finally catches up to us, and we fall prey to the legend himself, the Steel Dragon. However, we chuck out our Fire Flying Dragon, and we put Dialga down. We avenge our Heracross. Carolina is gone, but we will remember the Heracross today. And then for our Icarus City first encounter, we're going to keep the starter dream alive with the Chimchar here. Chuck an Ultra Ball and secure it. It ends up with the Airlock passive. Unfortunately, when we do get the Infernape, it gets the Klutz ability, so it can't use held items, which is a big bummer, but still, it's an Infernape. You got to take that. And then for our Dragon Spiral Tower first encounter, it is going to be the Porygon Z. We had some success with the Porygon 2 in our Emerald run, if I'm not mistaken. This one's going to end up with the White Smoke ability, Torkoal's signature. We're just taking on Ghost Rider Anne, and you know, Florida, she's doing her thing. Gengar's flexing on him, and we get outsped in one shot by a Bite Thunderous. Now, Gengar's speed stat was a negative nature, so I do, you know, we gotta take that for what it is. But still, we were 2 levels up, and we get absolutely sniped by yet another legendary. This is just not going our way. California comes in to rough up the Blue Genie himself. And it's just a little bit scary because look, he's got Shockwave now as well. I'm pretty sure this one has Zapdos and Emolga's typing with the electric flying. So the Thunderous trio is disgusting as far as stats, move distribution, and all of that goodness. So we are going to get Charizard to safety here because I don't trust it. Maybe Thunderous gets a speed dive. Who knows? I mean, he's just outspeeding everyone anyway. So we get Blaziken in there. Arizona get a little sweet tea on the side as we do have priority quick attack. We barely squeak out of that one. We do lose Gengar, and the death count is starting to really add up. And now it is time for the 7th gym leader here. Bryson or Malcolm comes down and has an Archeops level 37. A beautiful answer to our Blaziken with the Technician. We've got the bulk up strats, but we are not going to be able to do anything against this renowned fossil. So we pivot into our starter. I'm kidding. Basically our pseudo starter since our Gardevoir went down. Louisiana's been here since the beginning as a Crunch comes down on top of the not very effective acrobatics, and that completely kills our Moon. Are you serious right now? I cannot stop losing Pokemon. It is just a snowball. It is getting out of control. We get Maryland in there, our Manaphy. We're going to have to take this stab acrobatics off the top, and as you can see, that is some raw damage. Like, that is disgusting. The Archeops had his way with my team right now. He scared Blaziken out of here, put down the Lunatone, and then completely chunked Manaphy as the Machamp comes in here. These teams on the opposing side are getting better and better. I mean, it's exactly what you want to see, but good gosh, we are getting put in the corner repeatedly here as we do a really nice pivot into the revenge. Charizard eats that for breakfast. California goes sky high here, dodges that, no problem, comes down with a Stab Super Protected Fly, and it is a fadeaway crit. You'll love to see it. Beautiful stuff there. Let's see. The Mandibuzz comes down as well. Man, Bryson is not pulling any punches right now. We get some nice punches in ourselves as the Tailwind comes down. The Fan Attack is here. It is stabbed, but we fly up into the air as well. We are just stalling out that Tailwind. We get some good damage off the top. And Mandibuzz's special defense is better than physical, if I'm not mistaken. Our evasiveness falls, but that is no problem. The Tailwind peters out. Another one comes in, and I'm pretty sure Bryson's going to get the heal here. So this could be a good moment to swap into Hampshire here. Our newly acquired Porygon Z. Malcolm uses the Hyper Potion. The Vulture is just chilling, and we have an Air Slash. Psy Strike does not work, but we also have a neutral Signal Beam here, and that really doesn't do too much damage. So we're just going to go back to an Air Slash, potentially getting some crits if we're faster, and we are, but we do not get the crit. However, the Mandibuzz is in range, and no heal comes down. The Vulture lives, though. Absolutely lives with no HP. So we drop back to a Signal Beam, which has 100% accuracy. So now we are rinse, repeat, and getting that Air Slash in there, and we get a flinch crit, and then we can almost fade away with one more Air Slash. One more Signal Beam will do the trick. The huge Mandibuzz goes down, and Bryson, or preschooler Malcolm, is defeated. Whew, with some really tough losses in this episode, we're just going to go ahead and call it and see if we can do much better next time. As always, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you on the flip. Peace.